Okay, so the final portion of today's event is one of my favorites. It's when we get to reflect back and celebrate and honor individuals who have made significant contributions to the district and who've just simply left an impact, made just real change for educators and students alike. We had originally planned to recognize and honor this pair last year, but unfortunately we're unable to do so. So we're excited to celebrate them today, even if it's from a distance. I'm going to read a little bit about you guys. Deb Elliott was a teacher and counselor at Maize High School in her early years with the Maize School District. And by the time she retired, held the role of Director of Human Resources in a rapidly growing school district. She's most likely remembered for her instrumental role as principal in the creation of Complete High School Maize, which is the alternative high school program here in the district. And Dr. Craig Elliott also held a number of positions in Maize, most notably that of Superintendent of Schools. His leadership was pivotal during a time of rapid growth and saw the passing of multiple bond elections and leading to the addition of a number of new school buildings. We've got a special treat today. We had Dr. Chris Botts, principal at Maize High School, record a special message for the Elliotts. So let's take a look.
Hi there. My name is Chris Botts, principal at Maize High School. I've been in the district for 22 years and have known Deb and Craig for that amount of time. So a year ago, I was asked to give a little speech about Deb and Craig Elliott. And then COVID happened. Well, and here we are again. But I was absolutely honored to have been asked. And that is when it hit me like a brick wall. What can I possibly say in such a short amount of time to two people who have completely shaped who I am as a person, as an educator, as a leader? But I don't really want to make this about me. So I've been thinking in true Elliott fashion over a year for now. I wanted to go with a theme about what they have both meant to me, to our schools, to our teachers, to our community, and most importantly, to our students. So it's the what ifs. But I think in order to tell the Elliott story, you have to go back in time to before there was Doctor in front of Craig's first name, and to when the name Zogelman came after Deb. So what if Jack Elliott hadn't uprooted his family and moved them to the small town of Leon? Craig likely would not have ever met Deb. And what if Deb had been born an introvert? What would that even look like? Who never would have had the courage to reach out to the cute boy who just moved to town? What if there had not been this spark between the two of them? And what if, out of that spark, baby Michelle had never been born as the brand new daughter of two teenage parents? Would the trials and tribulations that would follow have molded and shaped Deb and Craig into the people that they have become? Would they have learned patience, empathy, humbleness? Would they have known how to survive without having the means to buy milk or to pay for the postage that was due on incoming mail? What if they had given up and said, this is just too dang hard? What if these struggles hadn't occurred? Would they have learned how to persevere? Would they have still learned that sometimes life is the best teacher, and that through hard work, they would soon find out that they needed jobs or wanted jobs in education? First Craig, and then Deb. Would they have learned the lesson of work hard now so that you can play later? And awesome, it's fun to see them living that now. And what if Deb and Craig had decided that the Wichita metro area wasn't the right fit, and that Conway Springs wasn't it? Would that have still led Craig to Maize and Deb to Clearwater? And what if Craig hadn't been hired to be the new administrative assistant to the superintendent, Joe Hickey? Would Deb still have found her way to Maize? What if Deb and Craig hadn't had struggles in their life? Would they know how to meet the needs of our students, both as counselors and school leaders and teachers? What if they didn't learn the value of hard work? Would Craig still have earned his doctorate? Would Deb have decided that starting an alternative school, well, that's just too dang hard to do? Thank goodness for the what ifs. And thank goodness they learned these lessons. And fortunately, we do not have to know the what ifs, because Deb and Craig have helped shape the future of Maize schools. They promoted this huge sense of community, a place to be, where they put the emphasis on hiring the best teachers and turning what was once this small rural school district into the best school district in Kansas. It all starts with the Elliotts. And there's no doubt that the Elliotts have left this lasting legacy that can still be felt today. Our schools are known for providing great education to students, and it is the primary reason why so many people want to move into this area. And you can't think of Maize USD 266 without paying homage to these two amazing and wonderful educators. I know I am forever grateful for both of them and hope that they are as proud of me as I am to call them both mentors and friends. So, in true Elliott fashion here, I have a little ditty to read to close. What if my whole life had been wrong? Did I really live? Did I really follow my passion? Did I really give my all to the people and the things that really mattered most to me? Could I have given more? When I reach the end and I want to know with every fiber of my being that I'm ready to leave this earth, ready because I always gave my everything, ready because I never held back my heart, never held back my love, never stopped myself from speaking my truth and living the highest expression of myself, never stopped myself from doing what was right for fear of judgment or exclusion. I want to know that I am ready to go because I followed the right path for me. Ready to go because I followed my passion, because I followed my purpose in life. Ready to go because I knew what was really important in my life, and I always put that first. Ready to go with pride because I always did right by others and right by myself. Wayne Dyer once said, "Don't die with music still in you." Don't live with regrets. Follow your heart more than your head. Follow your intuition more than expectations from those close to you. Love more than you hate. Love more than you judge. Hug more than you hate. Praise more than you blame. Be open to things beyond your level of understanding. Detach from the outcome and trust that everything will work out exactly how it is intended. Maybe not exactly as you had planned as a human being, but perfectly for the evolution of you as a spiritual being. Go to the end with pride, with joy, knowing you showed everyone how a human should really live. Bless those around you by blessing yourself. Give those around you that gift by giving yourself that gift. Thank you, Deb and Craig Elliott, for giving yourself as a gift to our district.
Thank you, Dr. Botts. We really appreciate you sharing that message with us, and I'm going to get Deb and Craig to join us. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining us. How is everyone?
Super.
We're doing great.
Yeah.
That's great. Dr. Botts, thanks for that message. Deb,
Thank
Craig,
you, Chris.
thank
That
you.
was really nice.
I don't
Chris,
have any
thank you.
tissues to give you.
He kind of exemplifies all the people in the Maize school system, and we really appreciate it.
I think so too. Deb, Craig, I know I didn't ask you to prepare anything, but here's a chance for you to tell us what does the Maize School District mean to you?
Well, we actually did take a little bit of time to jot a few things down just in case. But, you know, the first thing that I wanted to say is it's really pretty amazing. This foundation meeting is much, much different than the first one that Karen McDermott and I organized many years ago. So, Travis, you all have just done such a wonderful job. And I can tell you that we are both honored and humbled to be recognized by the foundation. So thank you for your work and the board's work for this recognition. My life's been very, very blessed, and I feel like it's been most blessed at Maize because it gave not only me, but my family so many wonderful opportunities. There are many, many people I would like to thank who helped bring this recognition to us, but to name names would just be really impossible. But I do need to mention, and Chris had mentioned Joe Hickey's name before, my mentor and friend who hired me many years ago. Joe is really responsible for turning this school system around over 30 years ago. He hired me as the first assistant anything. At that time, there were 3 building administrators, Joy Shelton, Dwayne Malmstrom, James Baker, myself, and Joe, and we ran the system for a while. And then when we were growing at a rate of 300 and 400 students, we had to add a few more people along the way. There's been many Board of Education members that I'm also indebted to for all the help they provided in introducing new ideas and programs to the parents in the school community that made things run so much smoother. And of course, it goes without saying that none of this would be possible without the wonderful administrators like Chris, the dedicated teachers, instructional staff, technology staff, the bus drivers, maintenance, custodians, and food service personnel who are today still responsible for developing the Maize schools into what I think is the gold standard for young people in public education. I could not be more proud of all that has been accomplished, and the central office staff that I worked with and who worked tirelessly and many times on a moment's notice for some of the crazy things that I wanted to do made all of this possible. And of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention the many businesses, families, and generational patrons who for decades had strongly supported the work of the teachers and school staff to help their children learn and grow in an enriched school community such as Maize. And for this, I just say thank you.
And I wanted to thank Travis and everyone who put this together in these unprecedented times. You know, originally, Travis, you got us to do this because you promised us a breakfast. Now, not only do we not get a breakfast, 2 old people had to figure out technology. So I don't know. When we started at Maize, there were 1,000 students district-wide. We watched the district grow by leaps and bounds every year. Because we outgrew buildings quickly during my tenure, even when I worked at the same school, I would often change buildings because of growth. I worked at 3 different Maize high schools, 3 different complete high school Maizes, and even 2 district offices. So I learned to never get rid of boxes. And as our district grew, so did our family. Starting with elementary school, junior high, then they graduated from high school, and now our daughter works there, and our son, while not in the district, continues a career in education. So we feel like our Maize family and our own family were one, and that we all grew up together. We poured our hearts and souls into the district, into both actually, developing lifelong bonds with dedicated, hardworking souls, some who are still there, some who have moved on. In that regard, just like our family, Maize will always be a big part of our lives and who we are. Every once in a while talking with those who are still in the district, we catch a glimpse of a footprint that we were able to leave behind. And as any parent, it makes us proud and feels as if our many long hours of hard work and devotion were well worth it. So thank you for recognizing our efforts, and to all who supported us along the way, along our journey, both our mentors and those we were fortunate to mentor. We will always be ambassadors for the Maize District.
Thank you both very, very much for everything. And we'll get you some breakfast. Don't worry.
We are on a fixed income.
Yeah, right.
Well, thanks again for joining us, for everything that you've done for our community. And we hope to see you soon in person.
Thank you,
so
Travis.
And Dr. Potts, thank you. Thanks, everyone.
See you.